Hello everybody, my name's Miriam Divine and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a deck reveal. So right off the bat, that's what we're going to do, and then we'll probably do a little reading for Hecate because we got the full moon with an eclipse coming up and everything. But I have two decks to choose from. I actually bought both of these when I was out in Topanga. It was a beautiful area out near LA. I bought this Friendship Oracle by Helen Elias. And by the way, I'm not getting any money whatsoever. My channel's not even monetized unless you guys all like and subscribe like mad. Otherwise, yeah. And the other one's this Angelic Realms Oracle. And we're only going to really deck reveal one of these. And I haven't decided which one, and I can tell you right now, it's the Friends Oracle. I don't know why. I just got a pull for that one. I felt it kind of right in here. If you're a tarot reader, you either feel it, you hear it, you tingle, you little sounds in your ears or whatever. And in fact, with sounds, I'm sorry, I have my windows open. It's a beautiful day up here in Ortana. So, yeah, let's go ahead and begin. So, first thing with my decks, and these have not been done yet, is I'm just getting a feel for the decks. I know when I bought them, I literally had a feeling when I bought them that these are the decks for me, right? I'm just carefully using my non-athame, just a little wooden handled kitchen knife that's been around since I was a kid. So this knife is literally, well, I won't tell you how old it is because it'll date me, but it's literally over a couple decades. So I haven't let these decks sit on my altar for a month or any kind of cleansing. As you can see, they're coming straight out of the package. So, number one, I'll say I bought this deck because it jumped out at me off the shelf because of this most beautiful box, right? The artwork here was so amazing that, I don't even know what's in the deck. I haven't opened it. I've never used it. I've never seen this one. It's wonderful colors. Look at the inside of the box. The box is actually good quality. Let's see. And the cards feel nice. The book is a nice quality book. It's got a little advertisement here to buy something else. It looks like the descriptions are about a page long, which isn't bad actually. You don't want too much and you don't want too little, right, for your descriptions. Once you get the ones that are 3 pages long and they add spells and all the other kind of stuff with it, it's wonderful if you want that much detail, but it's too much. And same with if you get ones that only have 2 sentences. They're just not enough. So we're taking off this beautiful binding paper. By the way, this is so far just the opening of this deck. Before I even look at a single card, before I look at anything, just the feel of this deck. I mean, look at the edge of the deck. I mean, this is beautiful. So, and the bottom picture, of course, is got to be number 1, which is Social Seasons of All. I mean, look at the beautiful pictures in here. So, wow. I mean, look at these. These are so pretty. And the cards themselves is a fairly stiff card. It's not really flimsy. I know sometimes you get these cards that are ooh, this is pretty. Number 2, the Mask. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll do just a minor cleansing of this deck with fire. I have my Hecate candle right here. She told me black. I was going to actually light my other candle, and she's like, nope, 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 nope. You're going to light black. And I'm going to use one of these beautiful little incense strings that I got right here for some air smoke kind of thing, along with a little bit of fire. Now, we're not going to do earth and all that. And I'll certainly let this one sit on an altar. And I'm actually hearing Inanna wants this one. I've been doing deep dives into Greek mythos and their origins. And boy, it is starting to get very in-depth. And I'm going to have to go into some of this eventually in some of my upcoming videos. So if you keep watching, like and subscribe, we always got to say it a million times, right? Like and subscribe, and you'll see some of these great videos on Inanna and the Greek mythos and where they actually came from. They're actually, a lot of the origins are not in Greece. Some of them are, but some of them are outside of Greece, over in that Hittite area before, Greece was even Greece, before it was primordial Greek, before it was even then, back when it was Endu or something, I don't know, whatever they called themselves before. That's where, a lot of their mythos gets imported in from over in that whole Persian, Turkey kind of area. It's got different names depending on who's occupying it. But I think all these religions eventually go back to Samaria, who eventually, is the first people who had writing, and then they spread it all out. But that's a whole different story. Okay, so let's not go off on wild tangents in my video. So we're going to go ahead and cleanse this deck first. So the first thing to do is to light my candle. Okay, everybody. If you want to say a little mini prayer to Mother Hecate or something, or to your own gods, it won't even matter. Spirits, guide us. Use this flame to help us cleanse our deck, to cleanse us, to cleanse our space, to give us guidance and focus and clarity. And the same, I like bending these. They kind of make like a little snake tail. They kind of burn just a little bit better because they burn down and stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna light this with a torch too. Let it burn, let it burn. Put that down. Okay, there we go. This is sandalwood, by the way. It's not anything fancy. I wish I knew how to make these, and I probably will figure it out because you're so cool. I think they're made with hemp or cotton. I'm like, where they may not use hemp. They probably use cotton, and then they add the smells into them. These are actually all handmade out in. If you ever get out there, buy some of these. These are awesome, by the way. It's a little store. I can't remember the name of it. It's right down in the dead center, up in the mountains in a valley in Topanga, right next to that really super fancy restaurant. And if you have some money, go to that restaurant. It was amazing. And get the olives. Oh my God, the olives blew me away. Best olives I've ever had. Super duper tasty. They were like, you know, sometimes you just eat something and you're like, wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and, do a little bit of a smoke on these. Oh, I hear fire. Do fire first. And I'm not going to carry my fire around because I want to drip that wax here, but I'm just going to do it right over here. Ow. Good. Burn any bad vibes from factories or makers or anything with this deck. Cleanse it out. Okay. And now they want the smoke. We can carry the smoke around. It's easy. Keep cleansing and add. I don't know. I kind of almost hear Hecate and Inanna kind of having a little mini argument. Who gets the deck? Who gets it? You know, where does it go? And I think it will just sit neutral. Oh no! Oh my God! No! Oh no! I better not do that. They're both like screaming in my ear. Okay, so yeah, wow. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and shuffle this beautiful deck, and you know, I don't have my overhead cam set up today, as you can see. And boy, I got like ash all over my finger. I wonder how I did that. Must have came from my my little wood. Yeah, I have this, you know, this nice little, you know, wooden incense holder here. I actually picked this up. It's a piece of bark. I picked it up while camping like 3 or 4 years ago. It actually works really well. It was an emergency make a candle holder, and it actually works really well. I'm surprised. So, you know, you don't have to have, you know, the fanciest, best of everything. Sometimes you just deal with what you got. So, how do you want me to do this? But I almost see just spread them out and just draw a few cards. Should I shuffle or not? Okay, they're saying shuffle at the end. Just lay them out on the, you know, open them up, you know, like this. We're just going to open them up, and I'm not going to be able to see them either. We're just going to open them up, and we're just going to draw a few, and those are the ones we're going to review. So, as you can see, look at the back of these. They're beautiful right now. I can see them, so I'm going to actually put them down a little bit so I can't see them. We're going to hold them like this maybe. So I can't see what I'm looking at, and we're just going to draw a few straight out of the raw deck. No shuffling, no nothing. They're probably in order. So everybody kind of concentrate on, you know, a card that you want to see. I see one in this area right up in here somewhere. We're going to, oh my gosh, almost swapped them all out. We're going to take this one. I hear 3. This one right off the top. We probably all see it, right? This one off the top. And I'm seeing this one right here. Okay, so we got 3 cards, and I'll shuffle these after. So these are the 3 cards we're actually going to review and probably read the verbiage from the book. So by the way, I have no clue. This is all intuition, straight up. So the first one we drew was Trust, 15. That doesn't surprise me at all. This is the deck itself. We got a little bit of a shiny from somewhere. It must be the candle. Is that the candle? Let me see. I don't know. We got a little shiny. I think it's the candle. It looks like the candle. Saying, trust. Oh, there's the computer screen. Interesting. So we got a little shiny of the crystal that says trust. Now look at this. Look at this card. I mean, take a good look. And I'm going to look at it because I can't see too much in the camera. But see how her eyes are closed? See how her dual self, I almost get a dual self out of this. See how she's trusting herself, both halves of her inner self? And I will have to get my glasses out to read this fine print. So this is a deck for people who've either got glasses or good eyeballs, because the font looks like it's like 12 font in here. So you get to see me in my lovely glasses. So let's see. It says, card 15, trust. Believe and good intentions strengthen your roots. Yes, so if we look at this card, you see how she's holding something right below her heart, right? She's actually holding it in her sacral, which is a little plant, but it's growing up into her heart. So this card is actually a very powerful card. I'm not going to lie. So let's see what the book actually says. Oh boy, look at me in the camera. Wow. Yeah, let's see, 15, 16. Here's 16 right here, almost open right up. By the way, I started this video right at 12:12. And surprisingly, that's when our eclipse, where I'm at, is going to happen the best, is 12:12 in a couple of days. It's really kind of interesting. Oh, that's 14. Said the seeker, by the way. 15, trust. Okay, it says it right here. It's actually nice font. A lot of description here. And it has an intention piece. Okay, let's just read it. The meaning. Open hand, open heart. Yes, if you've ever done any kind of heart chakra work right here. Yep. Awesome. Already on point. Now is the time to plant seeds of trust. Believe in the goodness that exists within your loved ones and encourage others to rise to their best selves. Do not let doubt cast a shadow over your heart at this time. So that's the meaning. That's the very first verbiage. And actually, I really like that. It's, you know, trust does come in little seeds. Trust is like winning. You know, that you hear that, you know, the Vince Lombardi winning quote. You know, winning's an all the time thing. Once you start winning, you just keep winning. Well, it's the same with losing, of course, in the Vince Lombardi stuff. But this talks about trust. It's very similar with opening up your heart chakra is trust, right? You do it in little teeny weeny bits, and it grows and grows and grows. So, and it's definitely in your heart. Trust is a heart thing, right? Okay. Just as plants lean towards the sun, people often grow into the version of themselves others believe in. Your intuition, like a guiding sun, can shed light on your path and relationships. If you sense something amiss, start to open discussion and help to bring clarity rather than making shadowed, silent assumptions that allow misunderstandings to take root. You may be surprised to find good intentions where you expected to uncover thorns. By placing, it means accepting that there is a risk of disappointment or betrayal. Trust doesn't require you to be passive or to let people take advantage of your kindness. Think of it as standing with an open heart and a straight spine. Being rooted deeply in your strength allows you to navigate setbacks that arise. When trust is betrayed, it often hurts. But the strength you cultivate within yourself will keep you standing tall, ready to offer trust again when the time feels right. Very good worms of wisdom. I'm not sure where, Helena, Helena gets this from, but yeah. Very, very wise words, as I can say from that. You know, and that's how trust really does work. It's a little thing. And I agree with that. You do not need to be vulnerable, to be, to be a weakling when you trust, to be kind. I'm reminded by Frodo, if you ever read The Lord of the Rings, maybe not watched it, but actually read it, they talk about Frodo helping Gollum, right? And he trusts Gollum, but it doesn't mean that Frodo is a weakling. It means that Frodo is strong in his intentions and has boundaries and puts Gollum in his place a few times. Okay, and it talks about showing intentions is the last little bit here. Visualize. Oh, this is an exercise for you, by the way. How to show your intentions, or sowing intentions, I guess. Visualize yourself as a strong, sturdy tree, roots reaching deeply into the ground. Feel your heart open with optimism and positivity, taking comfort in your strong, reaching roots, holding you firm. That's a very grounding exercise for everybody. That is taking your heart chakra, if you look at this from an energy cell, and taking your heart and then grounding it down into the earth. So your strength is not just you, your strength is from the earth itself, which we're all part of. Very nice card. I don't know if we're going to get in depth to all three of these cards that way because we're already past the 15-minute mark. Believe. So, does it surprise you? The deck says, trust me. Believe in me, right? This deck is coming on very strong of, hey, here I am. I'm a wonderful deck. Trust me, believe me, all this kind of stuff. So, believe. It's this girl hidden behind a bunch of flowers, right? It's an interesting belief card. I don't know if you can see it there as you get past that little bit of candle brightness. See how she's hiding almost? Like, believe me, but you have to have trust, like in the first one. And it says down here, you are worthy in every stage from bud to bloom. So it's also, do we have little buds in here too? I don't really see a lot of buds in the picture. I guess there is a few down here. There's some in there. But they're saying that it's another one of those plant your seeds, but this is the seeds growing, right? From bud to bloom. You're worthy, and trust in yourself is what I bet this card's going to say here. Let's see what it says. 36, which is right towards the end. Believe. You are worthy in every stage from bud to bloom. Meaning, we're just going to read these a little bit quicker. I'll stop going on side tangents endlessly for you. Maybe, maybe not. I like side tangents. It's probably going to be a 30-minute video. This card in your reading may be an indicator that you are feeling lost in the woods of your identity. Oh, it's an identity card. Okay. Believe is remember that you are not just worthy of friendship, but worthy of true friends who love and cherish you. And that goes right back into trust card, right? Okay. I can see that a little confusion with the flowers hiding, but yet they're okay. An important part of being a good friend is learning to be a good friend to yourself. Just as a flower does not seek permission to bloom, you do not need an external validation to prove your worth. Oh my gosh, yes. By the way, as you can see, I haven't dyed my hair in like a month, and so my roots are all coming in gray and everything. But yes, you don't need external validation. By the way, if you're a YouTuber like me, you don't need external validation. If you guys don't want to like and subscribe, I don't need your external validation, by the way. Even though I'd love to have you as my friends, but I am confident enough that my endless videos eventually will produce something more and some good true friends on YouTube. And it could be you. True self-love allows you to nurture friendships without fear, neediness, or overcompensation. When you believe in yourself, your friends become stronger, freer, and more authentic. That is actually true. The stronger you are and who you are, the people around you believe in your confidence. They follow your confidence into their own strengths and their own authenticity. Yes, this is very, very powerful. Yes. Direct your love inward and watch your bloom. You do not need to be perfect by anyone's standards, including your own, and you certainly do not need to be perfect to be worthy of love and friendship. Let no one deceive you into thinking you are not deserving. It can take time, but you have the strength to take the journey to find those who are unconditionally ready to love you, who give and receive in equal measure. Know that you are enough in whatever stage growth that you are in, and your present enriches others in ways both seen and unseen. So if we really kind of read between the lines here, yes, that's a very believe in ourselves, all that kind of stuff, but also it talks about the heart again. So no wonder Anana's screaming at me at this deck. Anana's a very heart-centered type of goddess, and believe me, so far both these cards are very in our heart space, right? Maybe this whole deck is a heart space deck, is what I'm starting to get. That this is a heart space deck, which, I mean, Hecate, yes, of course she has a lot of love, especially for those and everything, so it's a very heart intention. I might keep this as a heart chakra deck. It's very heart-centered. Yes. But when your heart is shining because you believe in yourself and your heart is exploding, others just naturally come towards you. So let's go ahead and read our sowing intentions. Oh, I guess they're always sowing intentions down here. See, are they all sowing? Yes, they all are. Okay. So here's a little exercise that it talks about. Each night this week before bed, repeat the following affirmations. Oh, this is nice. This is actually a little exercise. I like this. I am worthy of friendship. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of loyalty. You may wish to change the affirmation each evening to word directly affecting you. So this is basically a affirmation programming you, right? Programming your mind to readjust in your body, because how things work in the chakra field, I take those off because they're readers and so woo. Anyway, how things work in the chakra field is emotions get your energy rolling, right? You know, the emotion of love, per se, because that's what we're using as the base of this. The emotion of love gets our energy excited. Well, then the mind, the willpower, the thoughts, they're what pulls and moves the energy around. So affirmations are the pull of moving your energy around to different aspects of your body and different things and manifestation and stuff. So you need emotion and you need action, the thoughts. You need both elements. If you have all emotion but no, and you're all scattered, you're probably not going to manifest much. The same goes if you have all headspace and you're thinking, oh, I can do this, and that's all you're doing, but no physical or emotional action, then yeah, nothing's going to happen. You need both components to this. And actually, I'll get into that when I start doing my Kundalini course, but I'm still working on putting that all together for everybody. But that's the quick, jets, speed up your meditation and your spiritual practice with Kundalini. And we'll talk about that eventually in a different video. In fact, I think this video is going so long, we're going to do the Hecate reading after this video and do that as a separate video. So if you watch, I'm going to release probably both today. But if you watch, I'll just release them both separately because they're different topics than this. So, radiant and receive, right? And if we look at this, so far every card we've drawn, her eyes are closed, right? The picture, the girl's eyes are closed. And if we look at this, this radiant receive is either in her solar plexus space or in her heart chakra space. So I'm beginning to believe this is all a heart deck, right? I mean, this is very solar plexus type of card, very fiery, powerful. And yet, it talks about giving your energy out and exploding. I just see it as like an explosion, right? So, we actually have like different steps here. Trust in yourself. The first is trust in yourself. Believe in yourself, right? The next one is believe, and that's all about friendship and stuff. And then we have radiate and receive, which is then give it back out again. This is actually really good. Back in the sunlight of reciprocity is what I think it says. I forget it. You guys can read that. Okay. And it sounds like my mail has arrived. But you guys all have to deal with my mail. Hopefully he doesn't knock on the door and bug us all. So this is number 11. Very magical number, by the way. Radiate and receive. Bask in the sunlight of reciprocity? I don't know. Comment below how to actually pronounce that if you want to. Okay. Meaning, your soul is calling you to look inwards and meditate on the energies you project into the world. You are protecting the golden sunlight of friendship in a way that you wish to receive in turn. Radiate, and in time you shall receive. Okay. So, for this deck, I can tell you right now, just off the break, this deck is all about inner work to... And this is what the deck's going to talk to me about every time I read from this deck, by the way. It's going to be an inner working type of deck. It's going to be very work with yourself so that you're just a reception. So you just receive from the universe to you. You're not going to... There's difference between going out, what was this movie? Was that A Knight's Tale, right? You got the arrow and the target. Heath Ledger was the arrow. He was seeking the girl. He was the arrow. The girl was the target. She actually didn't chase him. She just let him follow her. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. You are the target. You are the one making yourself so fertile, so beautiful that others just attract to you like moths to a flame. Okay, so let's see. Did we already read this? Okay, yes, we read the meaning already. I know, right? I'm not paying attention. By being your most authentic self, you invite others to do the same. Sometimes we believe we know the kind of friendships we want, only to realize that the relationships we truly need are different. When you shine as your truest self, you will attract those who align with you. Consider what you desire to receive from your connections and offer it first. Ask yourself, why would somebody bring you flowers? If you never think to share a bouquet, if you crave kindness, extend it freely. If you crave thoughtful gestures, and make them part of your social practice. Just as not all seeds take root, not every act of kindness will be reciprocated. Reciprocity? Anyway, reciprocated. Nothing is lost by being the best version of yourself, even if it is unappreciated by someone or by some. The warmth you radiate must come from a place of authenticity, not expectation of seeing a return. People can sense when kindness is only an illicit response instead of embrace generosity of spirit without it. In the end, the light you share will always find its way to the right hearts. Oh my gosh, yes. This is not a sales deal. This is not you selling, oh, I'm going to give you a set of flowers, so you give me 2 sets of flowers back. This is my whole problem with the, tenfold returns or threefold returns. You give out something and so you can get it back threefold. That's a bunch of crap, right? You give out because you want to give out, because that's who you are. It has nothing to do with returns. Don't expect any returns. And when it does come, not only will it be a wonderful, beautiful surprise, but it'll feel much more authentic from them and authentic from you. So, yeah, that's what this whole thing talks about. And it talks about being your authentic, beautiful self to them. The first card was about trust in yourself, then believe, give yourself beauty, give others beauty, and here it is, you will get the results that you're looking for. So let's go ahead, and even if you're not even looking for them, they'll just give you results, right? So, sowing intentions. Reflect on how you best like to show love to others. Love, right? And how you want to receive it. These may be 2 different things. I'm going to read that again. Reflect on how you best like to show love to others and how you like to receive it. These may be 2 different things. That's actually very powerful, right? Well, this deck, for me at least, how I'm going to read from this deck in the future, this is a very heart-centered deck. I've already got that from all 3 of the cards I drew. It's all about making yourself beautiful. And then the world will see you shine. It's like a star deck. I get, a lot of people talk about my star energy. It's a star deck. It's very, you are the star. This deck is the star. And that's why I think Anana really wants this deck. She's like, yeah. Uh-huh. Well, okay. I will, Hecate? Is that okay? Okay. Hecate says, yes. Put this deck on my altar to Anana. Hecate is my main patron goddess, right? But I've also been asked to work with Anana because I've worked with her extensively in other lives and stuff. So, and even Hecate asked me to work with Anana before. So, which those 2 definitely aren't on the exact same wavelength, to be honest with you. They're actually somewhat estranged a little bit. It's kind of interesting that, I was actually given a little bit of mission to work with Anana You know, as you can see, I'm just shuffling it up. I'm just cleansing it out and stuff. In fact, we're going to go ahead and cleanse my intentions out of this deck. A little bit of smoke and fire together. Cleanse it out, cleanse it out, cleanse it out. Okay. It's a very heart-centered deck. I'm going to get this over my heart for a little bit. Whew. Anana, I'm going to put this deck in your hands. Might just be for this full moon and eclipse, but it's definitely going to be in your hands. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle one more time to really mix it up, and then we're going to call it quits for the end of the video. So that is a deck reveal for this beautiful, most beautiful deck. As you can see, these beautiful, beautiful pictures coming out in the deck. This is a wonderful deck, and, you know, honestly, it was kind of like a strange find. Friendship Oracles. Helena Elias made the deck. And Helena, thank you ever so much. If you find my video and you're watching this, thank you so much for making this beautiful deck. I will use this deck quite a bit. Okay, that's my deck reveal, and I'll do the Hecate reading in a little bit in a different video. So, I love you all so much. Thank you for sitting here through my entire deck reveal, but it was awesome. I really enjoyed this deck. This deck is going to actually be a very good, and I need this deck recently. I've been in a weird state for a few months now. I think it's the summertime. I'm not a good summertime person. I love fall. Fall has just started, and we're about to start fall with an eclipse. I mean, it's amazing, and hopefully I have beautiful clear weather for this eclipse. I might even light a fire and go dance around naked in my backyard so the neighbors don't go crazy. But, you know, this is definitely a very good positive vibe for the start of this season of fall. I love you all so much. Thank you. And if you really want to see more content, like and subscribe. Bye.